U.S. Farm Report weather is brought to you by H&S Manufacturing, the widest cross conveyor in its class, 28 feet of full continuous merging, and merge up to 5 16-foot windrows into one in either direction. That's what you get with the H&S 6128 Twin Flex merger. Find out more at the H&S website.
Time now for a check of weather. Meteorologist Matt Engelbrecht joining us this weekend. Matt, we traveled to Florida for warmer weather this week, but as we enter into February, it sounds like warmer than normal temperatures are in store for much of the central U.S.
Hope you're enjoying your weekend. A bit of an unusual pattern is setting up as we go into next week. In fact, we're already kind of in the middle of it. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we'll see this pattern kind of unfold. And the unusual part about it is the orange here. This is a ridge of high pressure. Typically, a ridge of high pressure, when it expands or when it's taking up a lot of space, it blocks everything up, especially the position of where it is in the United States. But what's happening over the next couple of days is we've got a trough or a low pressure system at the surface that's strong enough to actually undercut that ridge, because that ridge isn't going anywhere. Now this is going to stay to the south with the green circle here. Cloud cover, heavy downpours, cooler temperatures. With the orange under a ridge of high pressure, if you remember in the summer when we talk about the ridge, you got clear skies and then warmer temperatures as the atmosphere is being suppressed. So kind of long way of saying this is the yin and the yang right across the United States. Typically it's usually west to east. This time it's actually north to south with the difference in the conditions across the United States. By Monday, that trough moves out and the ridge with these white lines going back up here to the north kind of builds back in. So we set up once again that blocking pattern, but this time I don't expect it to be undercut by the trough or the low at the surface back out here to the west. Rather, we're going to get back into a more traditional pattern where the ridge dominates the forecast for 3, 4, maybe even 5 days across the United States. And this trough is going to dig down, bring in some cooler temperatures, and that's where we start to see our pattern flip back to average. Remember, this entire time I'm talking about above average high temperatures. By next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll have these temperatures come back down to average. Then even after that, there's indications that another ridge is going to build. So again, another way of just kind of saying anticipate above average temperatures in and across the United States for at least the first half of February, potentially a little bit longer. Now the precipitation outlook, it does have the possibility of wetter than normal conditions, but that's mainly because temperatures are going to be above average. So we're not talking snow, we're actually talking mostly rain where this comes down for the first half of February. Drier than average conditions back into the southeast and on the east coast, and something that we will continue to have is a wet part of the United States into Southern California. There we go, Southern California and the Four Corners. Temperature forecast, like we just talked about, here's February 6th through the 10th, and you can actually extend that out all the way through about Valentine's Day for nearly 2/3 of the United States being above average.
Thanks, Matt. Well, as we told you earlier in the news, the U.S. cattle herd continues to shrink, falling to the lowest level since 1951. Some economists have doubts that we'll ever build the herd back to pre-drought levels. So what challenges could be ahead? Dave Delaney, Daryl Peel, and Neville Spear join us for a live taping from right here at the 2024 CattleCon next.